What's up, guys? In this week's On the Mats, I'm going to show you 2 great exercises to improve your shoulder mobility right after this. Alright, so I said I want to talk about some shoulder mobility in this episode. The reason is you need to make sure that you're using your shoulders adequately. So you have to have enough mobility and just the ability to be able to use the shoulder appropriately. Which the problem is, a lot of people, we brush our hair, we brush our teeth, everything is from the elbow, and people lose a lot of just the ability to even engage the shoulder properly. So I'm going to show you 2 exercises. All right, so I want you guys to be able to optimize your technique by having proper shoulder mechanics, and you're going to reduce the risk for injury by being able to use the shoulder correctly. Now the problem is that in our daily lives, everyone's tendency is to get lazy. The body's lazy, it wants to conserve energy. And so we get down to using like the small joints. Everything is like elbow centric. Brush our teeth, we eat, we brush our hair. Everything is coming from the elbow. And so then when you start trying to get people to be able to use their shoulder and whichever technique or movement or drill that you're trying to work on, people are moving from the elbow when they think that they're moving from the shoulder. So I got 2 exercises for you. The first one comes from Chinese martial arts. It's called Teacups. Right? So if you guys come from a Kung Fu background already, you probably already know these ones, so these are for everyone else. We're going to start with the palms facing up. Now imagine that you have a cup full of tea in your hands. The idea is you need to keep the tea from spilling at all times, and if you have some trouble getting a sense of this movement, it can be helpful to put an actual little cup of water in your hand at first so that you can practice with it. It'll help give you a much better sense. If you've already got a general idea, or if you don't think you need to do that, you don't need to bother with it. Okay, so the first thing, like I say, palms up, as if you have a cup of tea in your hands, and you're going to turn the wrist in and then extend the arms behind your body. Okay, so I'm going to turn so you guys can see. You're going to extend the arms behind the body and reach as far underneath your armpits as possible. Teacups are still facing up. I'm going to swing my arms out, around, back in front of me. Bringing the arms back in front of me, trying not to spill the tea. Then I'm going to bring the arms up overhead and swing back around to the front. And then repeat. 1, 2, 3. Once you get good with these exercises, you can alternate your movement. Of course, you can go both ways. Reverse direction. Alright, so the second exercise that I want to show you guys to help improve your shoulder rotation comes from Indian club turning, and I call it 4-point shoulder rotation. Alright, so 4 points because we're going to use the thumb as a reference point, and I'll just show you with one hand first. With the arm or the elbow bent at 90 degrees, you can put on your sternum with the thumb facing up. Okay, now from the shoulder you want to turn the thumb. So the reason to bend the elbow is that the movement is forced more to come from your shoulder joint. So from thumb up, that's 1, 2, thumb out, 3, thumb up, 4, thumb down. All right, and you can use both hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, these exercises are great for helping to improve your ability to rotate from the shoulder joint. Internal, external rotation from the shoulder joint is very, very important, especially in the martial art that I come from, which is Yiluchuan, is a Chinese martial art. And we want to be able to use like this kind of like spiraling. You want to be able to create torque in the shoulder joint because the shoulder joint, like the hip, is a ball and socket joint. You got to kind of tighten up that joint capsule in order to stabilize the joint. Like Pavel says, you can't fire a cannon from a canoe. So a lot of the strong first guys, they use a lot of what they call shoulder packing. It's all the same thing. You're creating torque in the shoulder joint, then later you want to create torque in the hip joint. All right, I hope those were helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, I put out a new On the Mats every Friday, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe down below.